Alright, let's get this started. I think I should probably start this off with, I am drawing spooky things, so if you don't like spooky things, you might want to leave now. Hello, welcome everybody. There's already a super chat. Let me take care of that. Hold on a minute. I didn't even see that until I got in here. W.D. Forrest, thank you for the $10. Have 10, keep up the good work. Thank you so much, it's very sweet. And, wow, there's so many of you already. Hello, welcome. And, I'm so sorry that this took so long. This has been the weekend from hell to add to the month from hell, so... But AC's working. We finally got Comcast to figure out their shit, got our internet working again. So, yeah, let's do this. Before I get into any of the stuff I wanted to talk about, I just want to say that I do have a bunch of references up that are not mine. This sketch here was from my sketchbook, and it's actually what I traced this from because I couldn't get it to look right in my sketchbook. I'm spoiled by digital art. And I guess I'm using this more as a gestural practice than the actual piece. I tilted it, I moved some things. So this is mine, I drew this. This is, I believe, the original image by Trevor Henderson, the person who first created the Siren Head image. And then I've got some fan art pieces to help me with a few elements that I want to incorporate. It's mostly the mouths in the megaphones, because I love the creepy look. Specifically this one, I like how the teeth look kind of broken and gnarled, and that's the effect I want to go with. But I will be finding and listing all of the artists who did these in the description of the video after the stream has gone up, because these are not mine, and I'm just purely using these as references. Anyways, let's get to this. So I'm gonna let some people flood in, and I want to talk about why I wanted to draw this first before I get into the meat of the stream, or the topics I want to talk about. So, this is honestly a character that's fascinated me since I first started seeing images of him. I grew up in the heyday of creepypasta, where, when Slender Man first came out, and Jeff the Killer, and, Eyeless Jack, in some of my earliest memories of digital art was listening to Mr. Creepypasta doing his narrations, and I still continue that form to this day. Maybe not with Mr. Creepypasta as much, but I listen to people like Mr. Creeps and Chills and creepy Reddit stories. I've moved on a lot to real life scary encounters like r/Let's Not Meet, but I still genuinely love the creativity. I've recently gotten into SCP, which I'm surprised it took me this long. It just wasn't really on my radar. I was much more of a creepypasta kid. But this just takes me back to when I was young and I was first starting, and what makes me love horror so much. I don't get to do it too often, but I genuinely love scary things. I love anything that's macabre or unsettling. So, getting to find Trevor Henderson, who was the original artist who created the Siren Head image, and now getting to see his lovely work flooding my Instagram feed. I'm always down to find more artists who do stuff like this, because I think it's just something so unique, and not many people can delve into that creepy side of your brain to create truly unsettling images. So if you guys have any suggestions for more artists like this, let me know, because I don't find a lot of them. So, I'm going to take a second, go through the chat, and then we're going to really get into things. Oh yeah, the mermaids I was not able to do because the weekend that I was trying to do the mermaids thing, I ended up getting called by my sister. She desperately needed me to watch my niece, and that wasn't really something I could get out of, and I wasn't really gonna be denied chance with my niece when I haven't seen her in a month and a half because of quarantine. So, alright. Let's do this. So, I'm going to be doing a second sketch. Also, I probably should address this because I don't think I did. I did doctor my own sketch a bit because I wanted to change a few things. I didn't make his neck as long as I wanted. I wanted to change some positions with the megaphones, but this is still my image, so yeah. Alright, so I'm basically going to be doing the finalized sketch, and I think I'm just going to keep this to ink, just black lines. That's what I was trying to do with this piece, but then I added my loose India ink to it, and I fucked it up. So, let's try this again in the medium that I'm the most comfortable with. Alright, so I know that, like, probably most of you guys are here to know where the fuck the return of Aclaithus is. And I have some pretty sad news, because this happened literally the week after the first episode happened. I'm not going into any details because that's really not something the public needs to know. But long story short, Whistle While You Work and Diamond Voice, Aiden Diamond Voice, whatever his Twitter handle has become, are no longer affiliated with each other. A lot of it was scheduling reasons, a few things that happened behind the scenes that just kind of made it to where we needed to part ways. So for now, Aclaithus is not coming back, and if it does, it probably will not be Aclaithus anymore, because we will be having a new Dungeon Master. We still want to tell a story for you guys. We still want to have a campaign for you guys. But, the unfortunate and kind of embarrassing reality about it is that we really went into it not as prepared as we should, and I got one look at the overlay from the first episode should really paint that we were not ready or in any way prepared for what we were getting into. It was very ambitious. We didn't have a lot of time for it to get everything together, and then we ended up parting ways with Deck. So, we're going to eventually start looking for a new Dungeon Master. We just, I'm kind of waiting till after May. This month has been a very difficult month, both in, both business, and there have been some very personal family matters that have been happening, that, again, I don't want to go into, but, my grandfather currently has a broken hand that can't get surgery, and my dad broke his ankle yesterday. So, that's just a taste of kind of what we've been dealing with. And, you know, I don't want to, like, sound like woe is me. It's just been a rough month. And, what with, me committing myself to way too much at once, not gonna lie, I was going through a really terrible period of burnout. I needed a break. There was some stuff going on in my server that we had to take care of. And it's just, it's been a lot, and I'm still trying to adjust to this new like, work schedule and trying to balance my work and my life. Because the way I'm doing it right now is not healthy for my physical health, my mental health, and it's definitely balanced, and I need to kind of get a few things off my plate before I go into another project. So, that's kind of what's going on right now. Uploads will hopefully be resuming in June. Hopefully I'll be able to keep up with things. Like, I know Patreon has been dead for the past 2 months now because I just haven't had any time. It's not, I don't want to, like, sound like I'm not, you know, grateful for the opportunity I have, because I've been busy with projects that I'm passionate about. Which, you know, it's not a bad thing. It's just left me tired and drained, and it's just, I committed myself to too much, and now I have to, you know, lay in the bed I made. And I've just kind of had to prioritize certain things over others, and commitments that I've already made versus ones that I want to make. So I hope that you guys understand. I know that this is, not a very nice thing to hear, and I totally understand if some of you are just absolutely pissed at me or just want to, like, you know, roll your eyes. But that's kind of the reality of what's going on right now. I've mentioned this before, but this all grew very fast, and I'm still trying to keep up with it. And thankfully, things have slowed down, and it's gotten easier to deal with these things. So once, like I said, a lot of things have been happening offline that have been affecting online. So hopefully, as things have calmed down, as this series of bad luck that myself and my family have run into has kind of died down, I'll be able to get back to work and get back to telling some fun D&D stories for you guys. I have a few that I want to tell. Of course, I know Aldrich's story is coming. I was experimenting with a different type of format. I wanted to switch over to a complete animation, but I just I'm not skilled enough, I'm not practiced enough to be able to do that in a timely manner. And honestly, at the rate it's going, that video is not going to be out for another 3 months if I keep trying to do it animation-wise. I have a backup. It's still similar to the style I've been doing that I think you guys will like, but it's a little bit more interesting and gives me a little bit, I guess, of a more polished product. So please be patient. I know people really want that story, and I want to tell that story because it's a story that I love. It's one of my probably one of the most interesting characters I've ever played with, and of course I love the player who played him to bits. He's an amazing person. He's super creative, and I think you guys will really like what he's made. And like, I want to give that story justice because it's not mine. If I was telling one of my stories and I messed a few things up, I would just chalk it down as a learning experience and just be more thorough next time. But considering this is the first story I'll be telling that isn't my story to tell, I want to make sure that I give it as much love and attention and care that I can. And I think with what I'm planning, that's exactly what I'll be able to do. So those are the major channel things I wanted to talk about. Just gonna rip off the band-aid, get them out of the way now, so that we can get on to some creepy stuff. Before anybody starts asking, I'll put out an announcement when we're looking for a DM. We're going to have a fairly extensive screening process, and it will not be until late June at the very earliest, because that's just when I'll have time. We want to make sure that we have all of our ducks in a row, and we're going into this prepared, unlike we did last time. The first episode of Return of a Claytheist will stay up, but I will be updating the title and the description to let people know that this is the first and only episode, and it may go down in the future. It may go down in the future after the first episode of the new series goes up. I want to leave it up more as a sample of how the players of how us players interact, and we want to keep the same characters. Because we've already introduced you guys, and you guys have already, fallen in love with some of them. Like, good God, there's a freaking cult to Stinky in my server right now. So, I don't want to take that away from you guys. Same thing with the chat in my server. That's going to stay pretty much until the new series starts, and then we'll probably just rename it. I don't think we're going to get rid of it entirely because you guys seem to be having fun in there. You guys seem to be really enjoying it, and there's character art that's been archived in there that I don't really want to lose. So, God, I've been talking so much while trying to figure out how this works. Basically, for this, I want to kind of emulate, I think it's this one. This one's like super gross, muscly, melty flesh look, rather than the half muscle, half wood thing that I did here. So, that's why I'm going over the sketch again. And I was about to say, the Discord. Some of you have been tweeting me. I've definitely gotten DMs and been informed by my mods that people are asking. The server links have been down for a little while. They are back up. The new server link is in my, it's in the description right now. Basically, the server grew extremely fast. We had some modding issues we had to deal with, and we decided to shut down the invite links just so we could keep up and get a better system in place. So those are all back up and running. Mods are doing a wonderful job, as they always do, and another, damn it, Pancake! Pancake, why? Praise Stinky, $5. Thank you, but keep your damn paycheck. Swear, I'm gonna PayPal you the difference when AdSense comes out again. Let's see. I'm just reading the chat. You guys are wonderful. I'm reading the chat and reading all of your responses. You guys are wonderful. Thank you for being the people that you are. I've always known that the D&D community is just full of it's full of just really sweet fellow nerds. But thank you really for understanding. This was something I genuinely just did not want to come out and say, because I didn't. The last thing I wanted was for somebody to, I'm in a very fortunate position in my employment right now, where this is my job. I'm working something I've wanted to do for so long, but I need to be, more mindful about how I get into projects in the future, because it can't just be, think and do anymore, because I've got all of you guys, and I don't want you guys to get a subpar product. Oops, we got another one. Fur Runner, $2. So sorry this all happened to the campaign. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be honest, I've kind of already made my peace that it's gone, and I've already made my peace that it's gone, because this has been something that has been decided for about 2 weeks now. We just didn't really know how to tell you guys. I wanted to tell you guys, but it was difficult in how I wanted to say it. I hope I'm making sense here. But I just ultimately decided to rip off the Band-Aid, so to speak, and just come out and say it's not coming back, and that we at the Whistle While You Work team and the players, we're sorry that it's not working out, but the biggest thing is that we want to give you guys a better product. We want to give you guys something that you'll love. And right now, looking at the stream overlay hurts me. Hurts me deeply. And I don't even have a very good eye for graphic design, and it hurts me. So, I am working with a graphic design friend who has been extremely sweet, who's been helping me, who's been helping with the logo, who's actually redoing my channel logo. You can find her on Twitter at shouldhavebeenjedi. I'm actually going to slide her into the, I'm going to go onto Twitter here and get her handle, and I'm going to throw it in the chat, and I'm also going to put it in the description, because she is a force on the channel at this point, and I love her. Should have been... There we go. So I'm gonna throw her in the, oh, got another super chat. All right, I'm coming. I'm gonna throw her in there. I think these were the Filipino pesos by Elo. Time to pan out the cake. Thank you so much. To outpan the cake. Sorry, I can read. Fun fact, guys, I'm dyslexic, so I can't read. But the link I just threw in there, that's Jedi. She's a very talented artist. She's a very good friend of mine. She's wonderful. You should all go give her some love, because she's wonderful. Jedi, damn it, Carm, I see you. Here I am donating to you because you're also careful. Yeah, her Twitter is semi-NSFW, but I also know that most of the people here are over 18. Carm, I'm gonna PayPal you that back when this comes out. You better fucking believe it. So, yeah. Go give her some love, because she's very talented, and she's a sweetheart, and you should just all go love her. Because she's also a new dungeon master, and I'm joining her campaign rather soon. She's been doing a great job. She's running a huge group, and I have endless amounts of respect for her running such a big group and running it so well. So yeah. All right, let's get into the spooky stuff. and what elements I'm going to kind of focus on here. Obviously, I want to do the cables weaving out of the skin because I find that disturbing, but I also, as far as like the mouths and the megaphones, I really want to go for like broken, gnarled teeth. Like I said, kind of like with this one. Because I find that super unsettling, and that's one of the freakiest things, I think, in, I guess, body horror that I know is whenever I see teeth that are super gnarled. I know these aren't gnarled yet, I'm just getting a basic, like a gum and teeth line, so to speak. I find really misshapen teeth, broken teeth, very disturbing in monsters, so that's what we're gonna do. We're also going to pick out the little gum wells. I don't get to draw this stuff too often, but God, I love it. You guys may have, if you go back on the channel a little bit, you can see my attempts at Goretober, where I'm going to try it again this year. I have a bit more of a game plan. I'm not going to try and do a bunch of, like, full pieces, but, and I've already written my and of course, I've already written my prompts because it's always October for me. But, I genuinely love drawing creepy things and seeing creepy things, but I don't get to do it too much because my style lends so much to, you know, the cutesy anime. I'm not very confident in my ability to draw spooky, so this is also an exercise for me to draw some spooky stuff and talk to you guys. Why do horrifying eldritch monsters never have good dental work? I don't know, because it looks scarier when they don't have perfectly nice teeth. I don't know, I just feel like it looks like it'd be a hell of a lot more painful if they bit you. At least that's my mindset, is that it would just look more painful if they started biting you. I think that's why zombies with fucked up teeth freak me out so much. So, yeah, again, this is a practice for me, because this is very out of my element. I'm used to drawing, like, very cutesy or very wholesome pictures, I guess. I say that right after I plug my Goretober stuff. I'm used to drawing a lot sweeter things, or at least things that aren't this. So, this is definitely a challenge, which I like doing challenges and talking to you guys. It kind of takes away a lot of the pressure. Because words are difficult. I need that on a shirt. I've said that so many times at this point that words are hard. Speaking of shirts and merch, I think I'm just gonna let this cat out of the bag because it's gonna go live fairly soon. I'm launching merch for the first time in June. It's already been revealed on Patreon, so I'm also going to reveal it to you guys. It's very small. It's only one thing. I wanted to also put out a shirt, but I just did not have the time to sit down and design a graphic. So it's buttons for now. They're going to be available on Redbubble starting June 1st. But I'm very proud of the design I did. These are also going to be given away to on Patreon. I was originally going to do it for just my top tiers, but considering I've been so dead on Patreon, I'm just going to give it, because I've been so dead on Patreon, I'm going to be actually sending one to all of my patrons here in the US. And I'll find something else to do for my international patrons. I actually cannot send to, I can't send internationally right now. It's just too expensive, honestly. And the company, I'm able to do this because my father works at a printing company, at a shipping company, so I'm able to do this at a lot more of a discounted price. And so that's just kind of the nature of the beast, but I will be figuring something else to do for my international patrons. It's just going to take a little bit. This is the button that's coming out. I wanted to incorporate as many flags as I could, and unfortunately I was only able to incorporate 7. I know there are many more than this, and I apologize if I was not able to get your flag, but very proud of this. I worked very hard on it. I showed like the work in progress in my Discord as I was going through it. And these will be available on Redbubble starting June 1st. I've already received my sample. I like the quality. So yeah, I will be making an announcement when these go live. And I hope you guys will like them. Again, I'm very proud of this. And I do something for Pride every single year. This isn't my Pride image. This is just the merch that I want to put out. I will be doing something for Pride. I'm not sure yet, but I will be doing something, some form. I always do a personal work for Pride Month. So... hold on, Marcus Granlund, $5. Oh, we can give you money? Cool, thanks for the updates. I hope that nobody thinks that I'm putting these, like, streams out there or ask, like, to specifically ask for money. I really hope, I'm sure that you're just joking. I'm just hoping nobody thinks that that's why I do these. It's the super chats are extremely sweet, but, you know, I by no means am asking for them, you know, especially now in these times, where so many people don't have jobs right now because of the pandemic. You know, just if you can afford to donate, or if you can buy the merch, go for it, because I'd love to see people enjoy it. But if not, then you are just being here in my streams and interacting, or, you know, commenting on my artwork or watching my videos. That's wonderful. That's really all I ever can ask for from you guys. And there's another one. Samurai D, $2, and it doesn't seem like you left a comment. Thank you so much. Oh, nope, you did. It just didn't load yet. They eat apples and don't floss. That's why the teeth. I'm gonna assume that you meant that's why the teeth are fucked up. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. What does a Siren Head eat, guys? Here's a question for the chat. What does a Siren Head eat? What are all of your theories? Do they eat anything? Or do they eat their victims? I don't know. I feel like Siren Head is... I agree with a lot of the comparisons that he's like the new Slender Man, because there's just so much... I don't know if I would say ambiguity, but... or like mystery, because I think it's pretty clear based on like what people have like made games of, that he just fucking annihilates you. But I think that his origins are pretty interesting, pretty mysterious. I saw like this one animation a while back that was pretty cool. Alright, we're just gonna call that a mouth for now, and I'll come back to it, because I want to get the rest of this sketch done. Coming to the chat here. They eat entire blocks of cheese. Sirens. Bacon. They eat sound. They eat the concept of hot takes. The souls of babies. People. Human nightmares. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is made of human nightmares. As far as artists goes, I was saying this earlier, I think Trevor Henderson has become just one of my favorites, like, macabre, creepy artists. But some of the people I follow on Instagram who do kind of, like, a mix of, who do, like, creepy stuff, or people who do a mix of creepy stuff, like, I follow an artist, I'm sure you guys have heard her before, Emily Artful. She is Art Mom. She is wonderful. I love her. She's a very talented watercolor artist, or really just mixed media, but I think she's most known for her watercolor, where she incorporates these, a lot of kind of wound imagery with beautiful imagery. Like, she does a lot of, one of my favorite things she does is, like, open wounds with crystals and flowers, or she did like one where she was testing a paint that was supposed to rival Vanta Black, where she did like a woman's face being torn off and there was a geode behind it, or like pearls for the eyes, or like plants coming out of the eyes, and she incorporates florals and like kind of grotesque body horror together, and I find that it's beautiful, but it's also disturbing, and it's she's one of my favorite artists I've found. I find her work very inspirational, and just her as a person. I follow her art tips for dealing with art block a lot, or dealing with hating your own artwork a lot. But as far as like truly just spooky artists, I don't have a lot of them that I follow. I just kind of find interesting pictures on Pinterest. But like artists like Trevor, I kind of like, I want to get in their head and just know where the hell this stuff comes from. It kind of is in the same vein of SFX makeup artists I love, where they come up with these like truly kind of like grotesque images, and like they seem to do it so easily. I find that fascinating. All right, let's check the chat here. What are you guys doing? They eat attention. Like, sure. Oh lord, my chat is... Hold on, guys. My chat is desperately trying to catch up still. I'm just going to refresh this so I can catch the chat up. And I'm also going to zoom out just of this here. I might want to resize one of these megaphones. Perspective is something that I struggle with a lot. Alright. So, this is also sort of a perspective exercise. I wanted this to be much more of a, like, you're looking up from the ground, but that certainly did not work. So now I'm just, like, it's a dynamic camera. Like, the camera's at an interesting position. Nope, that's the wrong layer. Cool. Alright, that's a little bit better. Okay, I like that a bit better. Alright, let's do the creepy tongue, shall we? I don't see a lot of depictions of Siren Head with the tongue, but this one, this got me. I thought that looked really cool, and I thought I could, like, incorporate the cables somehow. So I think I'm gonna, actually, I might emulate this shape here instead of this one, so I'm gonna turn the canvas. Not really completely, but I might emulate, like, the texture that it's been given, because it's freaking cool looking. Like I said, I'll try to find all of the artists in the description and put them in the description. I'm also going to edit this to put it in, make it look like it's a little further away. This is why I'm like completely spoiled by digital artwork, because you can just do this. And I'm going to incorporate some of the cables, maybe a cable falling out, I don't know. This is mostly just me kind of making things up as I go, if I'm honest. So, alright, let me look back at a few more of these here, because I have a couple. I grabbed a couple images. This one was also one that I thought was just really cool, that I was mostly looking at for the teeth and how they did the arms. I might make his waist a bit more narrow, just so I can get with that emaciated look that Siren Head has. Just going through the chat, guys, don't mind me. What did I enter back on? I can't give you an answer. The stream is kind of all over the place and I don't really have a lot. I'm gonna redo this mouth entirely because I'm not happy with it. Story of every artist's life. I'm redoing this entirely because I don't like it. This is why I think I fell into digital art a lot more, is because I used to waste so much paper, because I would be like halfway through like the actual finished piece and I'd be like, I don't like it anymore, I want to redo it. And then my art teacher would get pissed. Oh god. I need to contact my old art teacher again. Show her what I'm doing. I went to a very art-centric high school. I was very lucky to go to a very art-centric high school. So I was given a lot of opportunity that I probably wouldn't have if I had gone to a normal one. And I had been given a bit higher art education. So I had a bit more of a foundation when I just started, you know, doing my own shit. Alright. So, alright, we're just gonna open this in a new layer entirely. I'm gonna kind of make another... Alright. Consider that a jaw. There's another jaw. And I'm gonna move it back a little. There we go. I think I like that placement a little bit better. Let me move this one in. There we go. I'm not sure if the mouth thing was in the original Siren Head description, but I find it freaking creepy. I don't know, maybe, is there like a specific name for fear of teeth? Like, I'm sure there is. I'm sure that there's, like, an actual name for it, but I feel like I have that. Like, you know how, like, some people have trypophobia or tryptophobia, or however the hell you pronounce it, where they're, like, freaked out by, like, holes in irregular patterns? I think I have, like, that, but for teeth. Just seeing teeth in weird places. Freaks me out, but I love it. Should I, like, put, like, a snaggletooth in there? Just, like, one that comes out like that, where it's just not supposed to be? Yeah, because that looks fucking... That's getting me in ways that it shouldn't. Ugh. I think this is why I don't do a lot of horror art, because it ends up wigging me out and I just want to stop. But I love it. I love this shit. We'll call that. I think that looks a little bit better. All of, like, this white space here where I'm, like, putting these little hatch lines, that's just going to be an empty void of nothingness. I was thinking of putting the tongue out there, too, but I felt like it would obscure the teeth, which I find is the creepiest part, or it would, a picture. I'm looking up in the chat here to see if anybody can educate me on whether or not there's an actual... Pancake, I swear to God, if you do not leave here right now and go get food, I'm going to put you in the timeout corner. Does anybody want to educate me here? Actually, I think somebody may have given it to me. Oh, no, it's a fear of dentists. Though I identify with that too, because dentists freak me the fuck out. Oh, I need to draw some shit from Bloodborne, or just Dark Souls stuff, because God, do I love the series. It's one of my favorite, I think one of my favorite gaming franchises that's come out in recent years. Oh, please avoid sending me your creepy teeth imagery. Let me figure this out on my own. Odontophobia? I guess that would count. It's fear of dentistry. That's teeth. Just, I guess favorite boss, either the Dancer at the Boreal Valley, the Lost King. I'm also pulling from Dark Souls 3 because that one's my favorite one. Or the Nameless King, not the Lost King, my bad. Or yeah, I think it's the Dancer. Because let's see. Did you ever listen to Mist? Yes, I did. Actually, he was the first narrator I listened to. Out of all of them, he was the first one. Actually, I'd like to amend my old thing, because I think besides the dancer of the Burrow Valley, Aldrich, the Devourer, was my favorite actual, like, Lord of Cinder fight, followed very closely behind by the Abyss Watchers. So, back to Creepypasta. I did listen to Mr. Creepypasta a lot, actually, and I still do every now and then, but I more listen to, I think the most recent stuff I've listened to from him was listening to the stuff that, I think Murderbird was the person who wrote the stories, like the search and rescue stories, and the, My Property Isn't Normal stories. I believe that was him, because I know that there's mentions of the stairs in My Property Isn't Normal. I could be wrong, though, and I'm sorry if I am. But, I think he was... those are the stories I listen to now. I listen to a lot more of his, like, horror satire stuff, like Tales from the Gas Station. In terms of narrators I listen to Mr. Creeps a lot, because I like the format of his stories. But I guess, like, some more some Mr. Creepypasta stuff I've listened to. I think my favorite one that's come out fairly recently was, I think it was called Family Matters. It was the one about the girl who was stuck behind the clock. So there was that one, and I really loved, My Family's Been Stalked for 4 years, because I love the more realistic creepypastas. The ones that have, like, a really dark and sinister twist, and the ones that I could totally see just happening in normal, like, everyday life. It's okay if they have a bit more of a paranormal twist. I'm not as big of a fan of the ones that are straight up about monsters, or at least not like I used to be. I remember this one story he did, a long time ago. Hold on, I'll actually, like, look up how long ago he did this. The story was called Have You Seen My Son? It's a very short story, and I'm not going to reveal what it's about, because it is... If I say what happens in it, it ruins the entire thing, and you can only this is one of those stories that you can only really listen to once. You've seen my son, Mr. Creepypasta. He did this 6 years ago. God, that was 6 years ago. Shit. Oh god, that's crazy to think that was so long ago. Like, I've been listening to him since I was, like, 13. 13 or 14, but still, that's a long time ago. Pen Pal was also a series I loved. I know that wasn't exactly a creepypasta, it's a book. Well, I don't quote me on that. I know it's a book. I'm not sure if it's actually a creepypasta, but that was one I really loved because, again, it's very realistic and it's totally something I could see happening. I like a lot of stalker stories and stalker accounts because I'm fucking weird. I don't know. I said I was gonna, like, bring his waist in, didn't I? Let me go ahead and do that before I get too into this. Or maybe I can, like, do something similar to this one where it looks like his, like... I'm gonna do something like that. That's cool. Hold on. I want to make changes. I swear, I've got the attention span of a goldfish. Actually, no, I think that's insulting to goldfish because I'm pretty sure they have more of an attention span than I do. Because then I can have, like, the cables coming out from under it. Oh, fuck, that's awesome. I need to find who did this because I just want to follow them. Their art is really cool. Oh, is that a signature? I can't read it. Cool. I'm gonna find who this person is. I will reverse Google search you, and I will find you, and I will follow your stuff. Alright, let's start adding some cables. I still want to do, like, the thing where they're going into and weaving into his skin. I think I should, probably just bring all of this down, because his proportions are kind of fucked anyway. I think I can get away with it. I think that's another thing. I struggle a lot with exaggerated proportions monsters. That's why I never could draw Slenderman to save my life, because his proportions are just so wrong, and everything in my art brain is being like, no, don't do that. That's not how arms work. That's not how legs work. faces, like, heads need to have faces on them, or you don't know how to work, like, I can't, like, do subtle curvature. There, let's see. Or she can rationalize her fears. Yeah, that's not wrong. My favorite horror is the things that genuinely spook me. Like the ones that, like, you know. My favorite types of horror are the ones Jedi, goddammit, I'm gonna get you back later. Are the ones that tap into my own fears. I'm horrified of people, so anything that has to do with people being particularly creepy or shitty, I think that's why I love r/Let's Not Meet, because I definitely can relate to some of those accounts. I am fairly extremely agoraphobic. Hate going outside. I hate having to interact with people. What a lovely profession I have chosen. So, the horror that speaks to me the most are the ones where it's not totally supernatural. Which is, I think it's, at least in my opinion, I think it's interesting considering the type of horror movies I will go for versus horror stories. When it comes to movies, I love paranormal, movies about ghosts and demons and shit, but when it comes to stories, I very much prefer real accounts. That's why I think or quote-unquote real accounts, because I'm certain that many of the ones I've read never happened. I think that's why I read Reddit accounts, and I listen to Reddit stories so much. And hold on one moment, guys. I need to go check on my dad. He just texted me. If you guys didn't catch this before, my dad broke his ankle yesterday, so I'm trying to be able to help him when I can. So I'm going to put I'm going to set the stream on, the stream will begin shortly, whatever card, and I'll be back in like 2 seconds. Alright guys, we're back. Basically, since we got our AC fixed, for whatever reason our thermostat keeps resetting itself and putting itself at fucking 82. And I live in Florida, so the house heats up pretty damn quickly. So I had to go set it back down. Fucking AC dude needs to get his ass back out here. Oh dear, oh dear. Alright. I also, yes, I know it was longer than 2 seconds as an expression, guys. I also went and I grabbed a snack for this, because, yeah. I shouldn't be explaining why I grabbed a snack. Everybody should be able to figure that out, Shelby. Good fucking God. Alright. So we're gonna start weaving some cables in, and then I think we're gonna start lining. I wanted to incorporate some trees, but I'm not sure yet. What do you guys think? Trees or no trees? I know that, like, a lot of the games have him, like, depicted in a forest. I'm not sure if that's, like, actually a thing with Siren Head lore or whatever lore's been created, but should I put some trees around him? In one of my original sketches, I think I had, like, a hand of his parting some trees, but I couldn't get it to work because his hand was in a weird position, and it's so, I think it's just outside of my art skill level right now, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Just means it's something I've got to work on. I'm gonna let you guys tell me trees or no trees, because I can do them fairly easily. A barren field. Save me, it's 30 Celsius. Whoa, hold on, I'm American. And we refuse to use metrics, so C2F. Oof. Oh, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. All right, I have an idea of what that is now. Sorry. Yeah, no, I feel your pain. I hope you're able to cool off, because that's about the temperature my house was pretty much most of this week. Which, also taking into account humidity, it's been raining like crazy. It's gonna rain again later, because fuck you, Florida. Have you figured out that I hate the state? Well, hate's a strong word. I very much don't like living here. I wish I lived further up north. I don't like the heat. I prefer the cold. Even if, like, I find, like, driving in snow horrible, I prefer extreme cold than extreme heat. I don't know. Am I the only person like that? Probably not. Probably if you're from Florida, probably not. Alright, let's just, let's start lining. I saw one person saying a barren field. So... oh my god, there's a huge D&D discussion going on in here. 1.4 men per alligator. 1.5. God damn it. I swear I can read. But I don't have an excuse at this point. I'm just an idiot. This is why you don't drop out of school, kids. Alright, let's do this. Let's do some lines. I think I kind of want to make his pelvic bones kind of stick out a little bit more. I want him to look creepy and emaciated. Alright, let's do some lines, guys. I'm still looking for answers on trees. Should I add trees? Should I not add trees? Here's the original image where I did add trees, but I also have, like, tilted the image a lot, so I can add trees, I can leave them. Actually, hold on one second, I'll get the... no, I'm not, never mind. I was gonna be like, I'll get the failed image, but I don't really want to acknowledge that shape. Well... again, okay, it's not shame, it's more like I'm just disappointed that I messed it up when I spent so long on this part, on the actual lining of his body, that when I tried to do some more dynamic stuff with it, I messed it up and I lost a lot of the progress I was happy with. So not shame, just damn it, I was happy with this and now it's messed up. You know what, fine, I'll get it anyway, fuck it. I'll confront it. I'm gonna walk away from the mic for like 2 seconds. Alright. I always have my sketchbooks pretty close to me. This is one that I'm almost done filling, which means I'm going to have to get a new one soon. And basically, I was trying to do, I had some India ink, and then I had some blue, like, dip pen ink, and what I was trying to do was, use them together. Alright, let me just try and get a, there we go. Because I still love doing traditional artwork, I just don't do it a lot. I have some very nice traditional supplies. Hello. Hold on one second, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Connor came in.
Hi.
Say hello. We're drawing Siren Head and giving the updates.
Spooky.
Hell yeah, I feel like I'm back in my creepypasta days.
Have you done the updates?
Yes, they've already been done.
Did people do it?
Yeah, people were very supportive because you guys are lovely and we love you. They were very understanding.
Well, that's good.
So
thanks, guys. It's been the pain in the ass to deal with.
This entire month has been a pain in the ass. Speaking of Bards for Bards, the final image, the final I forgot to mention this earlier. The final showcase will be up in the next 2 weeks. We almost have all of them together. We have over 1,000 submissions.
There's a reason it took a while. There's a fuck ton of art.
Yeah, well then I already kind of broke down that this was just a really busy month for everyone. We had 2 crises this month, and the last week has been the week from hell, so...
Did you tell them about Dad?
Yes, I told them that Dad broke his ankle and that Granddad broke his hand, so...
Man, I just can't keep it up.
Dad thinks he's so much younger than he is.
Dumbass wasn't paying attention. He broke his leg gardening.
Ankle, not leg. Sorry about that, guys. Connor's back. Hold on, I need to screenshot that because Connor's gonna die. There was the before art. What? A lot more art was made. That's by all the teeth. Okay, that's not even a freaking joke, alright? While I was collecting them all, basically we didn't have the time to sit down and go through this art tag till the last week, and we already had 300 saved from beforehand. Over 500 got posted during the stream alone, and I'm not even done going through them. There's so many. And that's wonderful. It's fucking insane seeing how many there are, and they're all so creative. Just good lord, there's a lot. So thank you everybody who's been being patient and waiting for the new who's been being patient and waiting for the showcase video to come out. I want that showcase video to be my next actual upload. I'm not sure if it's going to be the next actual upload. I want it to be, but I have one other video that I'm almost done with. That might come up first. That is introducing the new format for you guys. And I think you'll like it since you guys have liked some of the stories I've told from this game before. It's from my Tomb of Annihilations game, where I'm basically just kind of going through some of our spookier encounters, some of our more memorable encounters, like meeting a lich at level 5 and somehow surviving. I don't want to go too into them because these are stories you guys, I think maybe one of them people have heard me tell on Twitch. But other than that, these are all accounts that I wanted to make into actual stories but couldn't stretch them, so it's like a video of a bunch of stories together. And I think you guys will like it. So hopefully that'll be up fairly soon. I'm doing the base. What I want to do is still keeping speed paints, but doing multiple speed paints for multiple pictures in one video and just making the images smaller and less involved, so that I can do a picture for each story. And I also have some stuff that I think you guys will like in the works that's going to come out hopefully in the next couple months. I am planning working on how to do the next charity event, because I do want to do one. I said I wanted to do one in summer, but I think it's probably going to be closer to late August, just so I, have more time to prep. While Bards for Bards was a huge success, we also threw that together in 2 weeks and were not prepared. Hence why the showcase video has taken so long. So we're gonna take this one a little bit slower, and I'm also trying to figure out how to incorporate the same D&D aspect into it for the charity that I want to support. So, yeah, we've got some stuff planned. forget Siren Head, pledge allegiance to the Toaster Lord. Nah. I think I'll stick with Siren Head. He's fucking cool. Gonna kinda not follow my sketch too closely because I really want to go with that, like, gnarled flesh look that's in this one, where it just looks like really deformed muscle tissue that I'm just running a bunch of cables through. God, I need to, like, try this technique again for Gortober. Like I said, I've already been working on my prompts, because last year I'd written my prompts in February, so I was plenty prepared. I just, in terms of what I was going to draw, I just got too ambitious. I thought I was going to do, like, one speed paint of the month every day of the month and do, like, a full piece every day of the month. That was not realistic, and, I need to learn that, to not be so ambitious, because it's just gonna make me crash. But I think it's finally sinking. I think I'm finally learning. Alright. I want to kind of define the rib cage a tiny bit here. I like that this one just looks like he's melting. It's really fucking disturbing. So much, like, super creative artwork has been sparked from just this image, and that's freaking amazing to me. Kind of gonna look at how they're pulling all of the flesh together here, because normally I like to really define the collarbone and stuff, but it honestly looks like they put a vertebrae here, and that's kind of cool. Don't think I'm gonna be able to emulate it, but that's pretty fucking cool. I'll come check the chat in just a moment, guys. Coming, and I neglected that I had a snack here and didn't even touch it. Hold on, I'm gonna grab this. I went off to check on my dad and get a snack and forgot I even had a snack here. What program is this? I can't read the top. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention. This is Paint Tool Sci. The first version of Paint Tool Sci. Program I've been using since pretty much since I started digital art, honestly. But it's a wonderful program. I recommend it to everyone. It's a program that you can start off with and grow for pretty much the entirety of your career. I like the brushes. The only thing I don't like is, well, I can't say I don't like it. I'm just an idiot and didn't know it. Is that it's a foreign program, so it's hard to for somebody who speaks English and doesn't Google shit like me. So an idiot. It's hard for an idiot to figure out. But I didn't realize you could do this just by hitting shift. And I'm pissed that I didn't know this until one of my friends pointed it out to me. Oh, bless her heart. I thought she was going to die because I didn't know this. Is it me, or is he starting to look more like a tree? I mean, I'm okay with it, but it's not what I was going for. Up. Bards for Bards is over, and we are no longer accepting submissions. Just throwing this out there. I'm sorry. We can't accept anymore. There are literally hundreds, over 1,000 of submissions, so we're not taking anymore. You are still, by all means, welcome to join the challenge. You will just not be in the feature video. But the challenge was to go on Twitter and post your bards with the hashtag Bards for Bards. But while I will certainly try my best to get to them if more get posted, and, like, you know, retweet and all that fun stuff. No promises, because there's a shit ton of them, but I will try my best. We are not taking any more for the actual showcase video because there's just too many, and the deadline was when the stream ended on the 4th of April. Yes, I know it's been a month. Please be gentle. Alright, so how's this looking? I kind of like that. I like that. I'm gonna go with we'll do with it. We'll go with it. All right, we're gonna try. We're gonna try the teeth. I'm not looking forward to this. I mean, I am because it's creepy, but this is getting me and like, this is like actually freaking me out a little bit. Ugh, I hate teeth. I hate teeth so much. I have an artist friend of mine that gets like super freaked out by eyes, and like I understand it now. I'm just that way with teeth. God, I just know one of you guys is gonna to do with all our extra art. I don't know, just post it for yourself. I don't know. Speaking of extra art, we had to limit it down to 1 submission per person. So, if you submitted more than 1 thing for Bards, I am sorry. We only chose 1 per person because there were just so many. And we couldn't, we wanted to make sure we featured as many as possible, which meant, you know, we didn't expect so many of you guys to enter, if I'm honest. Like, even knowing that we had Joe joining us, I didn't expect the amount. And he fucking warned me that we would have this amount, but I didn't listen because I don't listen. So, yeah, so I do apologize if you submitted more than 1. These don't look like teeth anymore, they look like rocks, but that's fine. We're just gonna go with it because I really don't want to redo them. I might like fix these. I might move these actually just up a little. There we go. Just so I have time for the, like, room, not time for the gum line. Alright. Actually, yeah, Jedi has a good point. I do have an art channel in my Discord where we, I try to share as much, give artists a chance to share as much of their work as possible. I share my own work, and I pop in there all the time to chat with you guys. So, and the link in my description right now is the updated link. It is the one that works. So, please, pop in there, say hello. I'll try to be in there this afternoon to welcome newbies and interact with you guys. And we're just, you know, it's a very chill server where we pretty much are all, you know, just hanging out together. We got some really cool people in there. So, yeah, come and pop in. We have a Discord where you can share your artwork. And we've got like all skill ranges in there too. We are a community, or at least I try to make it as much as I can. I try to make sure that it is a community where we are working with each other and we are trying to build each other up, and helping each other grow as artists, as storytellers, and just kind of having fun. So by all means, join. I think, oh god, I didn't realize I was doing this, but he's got a double row of teeth up there, and that's freaking creepy, so I'm gonna do it down here, too. Fucking Siren Head is part shark now, Jesus. I'm gonna go with it. That looks creepy to me. That is freaking me out in ways that it shouldn't be. Ah! I almost knocked over the bag. I'm gonna kind of put a lip in here. Not that kind of lip, but like a rim. Oh, wonderful. The rain has started. That's nice. Thanks, Florida. Fucking Florida. Can you tell I don't like it here? Alright. That's the wrong brush, Shelby. Come on now. This shouldn't be our first time. Like I said, this is just going to be a lined piece, so... I'm going to kind of take advantage of voids. I can hear my dog going nuts. That's cool. I've mentioned this before, but my dog does this thing. Well, we think it's like his version of the zoomies, where he just kind of starts whimpering and rubbing his face into absolutely everything. Oh, that might be my sister. Alright, should we do the tongue? Let's do the tongue. Actually, let's check the chat first. Nothing but creepy teeth today. 10 out of 4. Always listen to Joe Cat's wisdom. Alright, listen, I know that now, okay? Lest I have the wrath of Joe Crab fall down upon me. We'll add the cable that I want to be intertwining with this later, because I want to do that on a separate layer. That's a freaky tongue. That works. Okay, let's start on the rest of the body. Let's do this. So, besides quarantine sucks as usual, how is everybody's day? How are you all handling this? Now that things are sorta starting to open right now, not sure how I feel about that, but well, that's not what this channel is for. How are you guys all holding up? Are you all are you all still being safe? Has life just kind of stayed the same? I know a lot, I'm sure a fair amount of you have graduated, so congratulations. How are your games going, you fellow D&D nerds? Are you guys, have you guys, like, you who have only been playing in-person games, how have you been doing? Have you guys still been able to play? Have you guys, like, moved to maybe playing on Zoom? Have you, if not, have you guys been playing online games, maybe? Or have you just kind of been suffering in D&D withdrawal, which, I understand greatly, and I genuinely apologize. I'm, like, genuinely sorry if you are not able to get your fix. Trying to tie 6 characters' backgrounds into my homebrew. Oof. I rewatched One Piece. Oh god, you watched all of One Piece at once? Good lord. This is where I'm crucified, probably, but I've never seen One Piece or My Hero. My boyfriend really wants me to watch My Hero. I just haven't found the time to watch. And I remember when I was younger, One Piece freaked me out when I was a kid. So, as many things did. I was a fucking... I'm just gonna put this out there. I was a little fucking... like, a little bitch baby when I was a kid. Everything scared me. And... now, it just never really caught my eye. I don't watch nearly as much anime as I used to. I think I've rewatched some series, and, like, I keep up with Attack on Titan a little. Not a lot, but a little. Because that was, like, the last major anime I got into, and it was the first anime I ever did cosplaying for. But as far as it goes, I think I kept up with Ruby for a little while, which I know that not a lot of people count that as an anime, but to me, anime is a style, not like where it comes from, so I count it. And after the last... like not the season that just ended, the last season, I'm very unimpressed with it, and it's gotten hard to get into the new season. So I think I've been trying to catch up on Critical Role. I'm like 10 episodes behind now, not too far. And since they're all on hiatus, it's kind of the perfect chance to catch up. I've been fairly busy with my own projects. If you guys don't know, I've been playing on Roll for Damage. It's a Twitch game. Roll as in role play for damage on Twitch. I make announcements for it every Friday. And it's been super fun. All the people I'm playing with are really cool. The DM's awesome. The story's pretty interesting, and I'm gonna be genuinely very sad when it's over. The last session we had all coordinated for a pretty interesting surprise later. Who is outside? That's my stepmother. A pretty interesting surprise for halfway through the game that I'm not going to mention. If you haven't seen it yet, you totally should, because you totally should, because the last channel VOD is up on their Twitch, and I believe all of them are still up on Twitch because they're up for 60 days, and the other episodes are also available on YouTube now, and I've made community posts about them in the past. Yes, the Ruffians. It is a super fun game. I've been very much enjoying it. I'm very grateful for Roll for Damage for giving me the opportunity to play with them. If you guys haven't seen it or haven't caught the updates, I'm playing with some pretty I'd say well-known podcasters. Playing Mike Farty. I'm playing with Mike Farty from Wonders and Blunders, and Agent from Wonders and Blunders is the one who's DMing, and I'm also playing with Sean and Shannon from Paradise RPG. All of them are amazingly lovely people. Their characters are so cool. It very much is like I'm this, I'm very much the newbie playing with, like, the experience, but it's really fun, and they're all really cool people. They're all very sweet. And if you give me a second, I can actually show something I was working on, because I wanted to draw our party together. So, Roll for Damage, here we go. This is actually going to be a speed paint later on, because I want to have footage of it. But from left to right, we've got Lydia Ray, who's being played by Shannon. We have Django Weatherby Teague, who's being played by Sean. We have Era Blackwood, who's being played by myself, and then we have Sloop Brainscale, who's being played by Mike. And despite the fact, I know Sean and Shannon came in with their characters knowing each other previously, and we'd all technically had history beforehand, despite never talking about a character, party dynamic, or anything like that. We have a very fun way that we all interact with each other, and I think you guys will like it. It's probably I say this all the time, but it's one of my favorite I've been in. So I think you guys will like it. Era is definitely a very different character than you guys are used to seeing me play or hearing me play. I don't usually play characters that are raging bitches, but Era is a raging bitch, and she's a fun raging bitch to play. So I think you guys will like it. Just catching up on the chat loves. My chat froze. That's cool. Hold on 1 minute, guys. Let me fix this. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna start adding the cables here. I think I'm just going to stream until I have all this done. Because I'm not sure what I'm doing on the background yet. I still need to do the trees too, I know. But I really wanted to do this more as a, giving you guys a why the hell I've been gone. I'm not dead, I swear. Alright, let's put that cable that's gonna run through the mouth, the tongue. Sorry I'm quiet, this is taking concentration. Because I'm As you guys have probably been observing, I'm not used to doing very long, fluid motions. I'm much more used to doing fast, like, kind of motions with that sound effect. So this is different, but of course, it's good to challenge yourself as an artist. It's good to try new things because that's how you avoid becoming stagnant. I definitely feel like in these past couple months especially, I've come kind of close to becoming stagnant again. And I say again because I'm still coming out of a period where I just wasn't growing. And I think almost every artist goes through that at some point in their life. Where you just kind of only draw what's comfortable. And it's very important to remember not to just draw what you're comfortable with. You gotta get outside of that and learn and practice. D&D has both been, while drawing for Dungeons & Dragons has been extremely helpful to not get stagnated because it's forced me to learn things, like, good lord, it's made me learn how to just draw muscles in general, but it's also gotten to the point where I'm now extremely comfortable and I'm not challenging myself as much. So I need to challenge myself a little bit more. So, I said earlier, this is very outside of what I'm used to. I normally draw drawing anything with, like, fucked up, exaggerated proportions is very difficult for me because everything in my artist brain is telling me, no, that's not how that works. That's not how any of this works. But I think this has been fairly productive, and trying to force myself to have a more steady hand is definitely helping. It's why I used to be a little bit more steady because I used to only do traditional work, or like most of my stuff would be traditional. I went through like about 2 years where I just didn't have a tablet, so I had to switch over to traditional work again. And I've always mostly ever been a graphite artist. But I do love working with ink, and I love working... I have some very nice Micron pens that have been very neglected these past couple months, which I need to fix because I do love working with them. What about you guys? Any of my artists watching, what is your favorite medium if you don't do digital, or if you do digital and you like to dabble, what are your favorite mediums? Mine is micron pens and watercolor. Personally, I love watercolor. If you go far enough back on my Twitter timeline, you'll... Oh, I just realized I was supposed to show you guys something, didn't I? Well, this will go into the story. If you go far enough back on my Twitter timeline, you will find some Critical Role fan art I did, where I did watercolors of Vax and Vex, and I did one of Grog, and I was attempting one of Scanlan, but it didn't work. It wasn't panning out. And I know I did, like, just went through a phase where I just did nothing but watercolor on Instagram because I was falling back in love with the medium. 1 second, I need to send myself this image so I can show you guys why I stopped the Siren Head sketch, why this Siren Head traditional image on the side stayed that way, and you can see where I failed. This is embarrassing. Well, okay, it's not embarrassing, it's just like, it's one of those things that it's frustrating because I was so happy with it up until I decided to add the ink, to add the blue ink. So I wanted to make it super contrasty and have, like, the entire forest be... I wanted to have this entire forest be just, like, a really kind of cyan-y blue, and then just have Siren Head there, and it just didn't pan out the way I wanted. But, oh well. Well, maybe next time, you know? I don't have those pieces on my phone anymore. Oh, that's not good. I have to have them, don't I? Come on. Hold on, one moment, loves. Well, I guess I'm just going to get some other watercolor pieces, because I have some on here, just not the fan arts. But like I said, they're back on my Instagram. Alright, we'll send this one, because I think this is a pretty decent one. Alright, so I have one watercolor example, and I have the failed Siren Head image. Hold on. And unfortunately, when I import these into the program to show you guys, they might turn up sideways, so you're just gonna have to let me fix that. So we're first gonna start with the Siren Head image and where it went wrong. And I think part of it also was the paper. I wasn't using mixed media paper, so the ink didn't lay flat, and yeah, it was just a mistake. Hold on. Here we go. So you can see what I was trying to do. I was trying to incorporate some cross-hatching, and I was going to use that to make the blue look darker as it went up, and it just didn't work. Sadly, this just didn't pan out, but that's okay. It was learning for next time. Like I said, I wasn't using mixed media paper, and I think that's really what did it, because this paper takes ink very well from micron pens, but it doesn't take it very well in other things, and this is like very nice alcohol-based ink, and it didn't lay flat because it didn't absorb properly into the page, unfortunately. But oh well, it's a learning exercise for next time. And this is about a year old at this point, so please be gentle with it, because I'm not the biggest fan of this piece. Rotate clockwise. But this was the character from the game I met my boyfriend in. These are our characters together because they came into the campaign together. Nia, he was playing like this 8'4" whatever dragonborn named Gladiator. I was playing like a 4'9" elf named Nia, who's actually the character that Nia in Eclathius was adapted from, because I loved her concept. As you can see like early Sylvester right there, and the old dragon scale necklace. She was originally an elf before I really went into full dragon mode. She was originally a draconic sorcerer, and then she got moved to a divination wizard. And she had a race change to a 3rd generation dragonborn. So, but this was also painted in watercolor. And I find that I like working with it the most on top of micron pens, especially because they don't fucking move the pens don't move as soon as you let the ink dry. Oh, we have another super chat. For Runner, $2. Watercolor and graphite are my favorite mediums. Yes, they're so fun. Oh, thank you. Nia is a character that is very important to me, not just because, she's the character I was playing when I met my boyfriend, so therefore that's important, but she's someone I put a lot of myself into, a lot more than my other characters, so she's just one of those characters that's very close to me, and that I want to put a lot of care into how I play her. She's also one of those characters that I can slip into her mind very easy. And when I play Era on Roll for Damage, I need to take some time to get into her mindset, because I'm just not used to playing someone who's just a bitch, just someone who's so genuinely spiteful and mean. I'm used to playing like sweeter maternal characters like Arrow, or playing people like Nia, who are just like little rays of sunshine. Do you think that's enough cables, guys? I think I'm gonna put a couple more, like, sneaking like that, but I don't think I'm gonna wrap any more around. What do you guys think? I value your opinions. I just realized the contrast between my music and what I'm drawing is pretty crazy. Alright, so I think this is gonna wrap it up. This is pretty much all the channel updates I wanted to put out. Pretty much, yeah, this is all the updates I wanted to put out. Like I said, I'll find all the artists whose work I referenced, and if I can't, I'm sorry. I will try my best to find everybody so I can make sure that they are credited properly. Obvious, obligatory, I don't own Siren Head or anything like that. That was a character created by Trevor Henderson. And all of the fan work besides this canvas and this canvas are not mine. I'm just using them for reference purposes. And, yeah, thank you so much for showing up, guys. Thank you for being so understanding about why things have been dead here and why I've mostly just been streaming. It's honestly I don't want you guys to think that I disappeared, and it's the best way I have to interact with you guys with minimal prep time. So where I can just put together a sketch and then talk and talk your faces off. So, thank you for being understanding and, you know, being the awesome people that you are. Hope you all stay safe. You know, especially with things opening up, please take care of yourselves, wash your hands, please wear masks when you go out in public. It's, you know, keep abiding by social distancing. These are things that are helping stop the spread, and just because things are opening up does not mean we should stop doing those things. It's important. And if you or anybody you know is either being tested or has been a confirmed case or suspected or at risk, I'm sending you all of my love. I hope that you make a full recovery, are tested negative, are staying safe, that you don't catch it. I hope that you are all being safe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. If you want to catch me again, probably the next time I'll be online is over on Roll for Damage on Friday. We are having the second to last session, I think. Second to last? I don't know. I'll have to check with that. But you'll see me over on Friday on Roll for Damage. Of course, I will make all of the announcements, and please come join my Discord. The links are open now, the doors are open, and we're pretty fun people. It's fun to be in there. And yeah, I hope you guys have a very wonderful rest of your Monday, and I'll see you guys later in the week. Bye!